All right, good morning. So here we are, January 1, 2017. So I started with an experiment in the middle of December, doing these little devotions, 5-minute devotions, or give or take. And people seem to engage with it and to enjoy it. And so I thought it would be cool to work through the Psalms this year. And so here we are, and we're going to do that. So the way we'll do this normally is we will do this devotion Monday through Friday. And then you'll be on your own on Saturday and Sunday. But I wanted to do today because it was the first day of the reading plan that we use with our church. And it's the first day of the year as well. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into Psalm 1, and we will get rolling. So it says this. It says, Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers. But those who delight in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night, that person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yield its fruit in season, and whose leaf do not wither, and whatever they do prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. And so the psalmist is pointing out, this is the very first psalm, obviously most of the psalms are written by David, by a few other authors. Many people believe that Psalm 1 was actually written by Solomon as an introduction to his father's work in the Psalms. But what is the psalmist getting at? The psalmist is getting at here in Psalm 1 is that there's two ways in life. There's two paths. That there is the path of the righteous, and that there is the path of the wicked. And that the path of the righteous, and righteous simply means to be in right relationship with God, that the path of the righteous, my buddy Kevin is blowing up the likes. Thanks, Kev. The way of the righteous, being in right relationship with God, is like being a tree planted by streams of water, which yield its fruit in season. And that's interesting because it's obviously written in the Middle East, desert place. And so being a tree planted by water would be something, if you could find one of those, man, that would be a good thing. But the way of the wicked, it's a path that you lead on your own, that it's just simply by destruction, that you're going to self-destruct if you go down that path. And so it raises the question, how do we live a life that's like this tree that's planted by water? And the psalmist gives us a hint. He says that those who delight and meditate on the law of the Lord, those are the ones that are like trees planted by water. And so what does he mean by that? The law, I think that as Christians we could say simply the scriptures, the word of God, the words that God has given us to guide our lives, to show us the true path. As we meditate on that and as we delight on that, it will lead us on the right path. And so my observation of doing that has been simply that you delight first. You receive with joy what the Bible has to say. You step into it. And as you delight in it, as you receive it, then you meditate on it. And that actually leads to more truth, deeper truth. There's like this cycle of receiving, accepting it and receiving it and being like, oh my word, this is amazing. And then it actually leading you into deeper truth. And so as we journey this year through these passages, what does that look like for you? What does it look like for you to meditate on the law of the Lord? For me, an easy way to do it is simply taking like your cell phone and whatever the passage of the day is, just having it somewhere accessible that you can just pull it up and read it, so that you can simply meditate on it all day. But I think it leads to a bigger challenge. What would the world look like if you and I, as Christians, we meditated on the law, we meditated on what God has for us, receiving it, experiencing it, extending it, living it out? What would it look like if we did that? What would the world look like if there were people in it that were like trees planted by water, yielding its fruit in season, being a sturdy place, a dependable place for people to come to? What kind of change could be made in the world if we were like that? And so I think that's the invitation, the challenge for me this year is to really dive deep into what God is saying, to grow in it, so that we can be the types of people that make change in the world, that bring peace, comfort, love, grace to all our neighbors, friends, families. And so I don't know, that's kind of what I'm taking away from it. So it'll be fun to be on this journey with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully we meet God in it. And I know that we will. So blessings to you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.